Hey, how you doing? It's Grow with Joe here to give you another lesson. It's been a while. A lot has changed since I did my last Facebook Live back in December. Back then, I was in Mexico City, and then from there, I went to Panama for my MBA program. Spent 3 days there, met a lot of cool people, and then I went to Costa Rica for another uh, event for school for my MBA at Syracuse. Met a lot of cool people there as well. And then stayed in Costa Rica for about 2 weeks. And internet was not that great over there, so I didn't really do want to do a Facebook Live where I was staying at. And I went back to Panama for a week, and then now I'm here in Medellin, Colombia. So to be here was planned out about 14 months ago, and when you have a plan and you stick to the plan, life is good. So I'm going to be back here doing Facebook Lives to talk more about my book, More You Know, More You Grow, How to Get Better Every Day. So right now I'm just getting the Facebook Live going. So it should be getting up and running soon. But the goal is to do more Facebook Lives just to give you valuable lessons on how to improve your life. So the way I see an education is that you don't get an education to win trivia. You get an education to get a better education. And if you get a better education, then you gain more wisdom. And with that wisdom, you're able to make better decisions. And if you can make better decisions, that means you're going to make less bad decisions and bad make more you're going to make better decisions or good you're going to make more good decisions. So I am going to plug my headphone in, get this up and going. So the idea is that, hey, today's lesson is be mindful of the present. And back in the day, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I was really focused on the future. And after reading this one book called On the Shortness of Life by Seneca, it made me realize that you don't want to focus on getting as many years out of your life as you can. You want to put as many years into your life as possible, because you can live up to 80 years, but that doesn't mean you lived 80 years. So the idea is like you want to take time to just focus on today. Just focus on what you can do, what you want to get out of it, and just realize that's all you can do, because the present is a present if you can treat it right. And that's something I had trouble figuring out, but since reading more, writing in my journal every day, it just gave me a lot more focus on like what is important and not important. And now here in Medellin, Colombia, one thing about being over here is that expenses are really low, so I don't have to worry about paying that much for rent. Right now, I'm staying in an Airbnb with a family, and my expenses are about $225 a month, and that includes internet and everything. So I don't have to worry about living expenses that much living over here. So it gives me more time to read and exercise and work more on the Grow with Joe business. But also try to make sure that I'm just enjoying whatever I'm doing for the day. So if I'm with friends, I make sure I'm giving my attention to them, because I don't know when I'm going to see them again. And hey, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And so you can be real easy to be caught up in a rat race or trying to chase something and you just forget about the day to day. And that's something when I was working on my other business back in Washington, D.C., I realized like, oh, I was just focused so much on the future. And then that caused problems with my old relationship that I was in. I was really focused on the future because I was just trying to make the present better. But sometimes you just got to follow the process and just be like, hey, whenever it comes, it comes. But just try to enjoy today, because like today is the oldest you've ever been in your life, and today is the youngest you'll be for the rest of your life. So if you keep that in mind, you want to make sure that every day you live, you don't want to waste it. Do it. You might not get everything you want, but just work towards it. But also enjoy it. Like, hey, if you're going for a walk, make sure you enjoy the scenery and everything. Take time to. There's this really good book. I'm reading in Spanish right now. I'm trying to learn Spanish. The Alchemist, where the main character Santiago meets a merchant, and the merchant tells Santiago, "Hey, go walk through this museum and carry the spoon with some oil in it, and don't spill it." And so Santiago goes through the museum and everything, and he comes back and he didn't spill a drop. And so then the merchants tell him, "Okay, you have all the oil in your spoon. What did you see in the museum?" And Santiago couldn't say a thing. He didn't remember. He was just focused on the spoon so much he didn't get to enjoy his surrounding. And so the merchant tells him to go into the building, the museum again, and just make sure you look at your surroundings. And so then he comes back again, and Santiago's be able to tell all about the museum and everything, but he looks down, the spoon is empty. So it's a balance when you try to focus on the future and enjoy everything around you. Yeah, you have your main thing, your main goal of what you want to focus on, which in Santiago's case was the spoon with oil. His goal is not to drop it. But when you do that, you miss out on, if you solely focus on that, you miss out on all the other great things that life can give you. But on the flip side, you don't want to just focus, you still don't want to focus on all the amazing stuff of life, but neglect your responsibility. So you got to get good at managing both. And I feel like meditation is a really good practice for that. What I do is I just breathe in for 5 seconds every single day, and breathe in for 5 seconds, breathe out for 5 seconds, listening to this sound bath YouTube video, which is pretty relaxing. And then afterwards, you're like, okay, everything's slowed down. I can focus more. And that's what meditation is really about, is learning how to not be overwhelmed by your surroundings and just slow things down. And that's how you're going to enjoy the present. Is like, hey, you could be working really hard at your job, but like if a family member or friend says like, hey, I did this amazing thing, you want to not be able to ignore them, but be like, hey, that's a great thing, and then get back to work, or just some type of system. Or like if you're eating a meal, like you can eat your meal, but realize like, oh, I didn't really enjoy it. But like just enjoy when you're eating your meal, enjoy it as best as you can. If you're hanging out with friends, enjoy them as best as possible, and just not get distracted. And just try to make every day a great day. If you do this, then life is going to be fine. Because, like I said, today is the oldest you've ever been in your life, and today is the youngest you're going to be for the rest of your life. And if you can put as many years into your life as you can by making sure you're doing it, you're living your life in a way that is going to give you the most joy, but also focusing on your responsibilities as well. It's from the book The Alchemist. Really good book if you want to read it. But in this chapter, be mindful of the present. Just be like, hey, let's look at your present situation. Is it something you're enjoying or you're missing out on? You don't want to be like at the end of the week and be like, what did I do? And it was just a blur. You want to be like, hey, I was able to do this. This is what I really wanted to do. And if you're not on that path yet, then that's something you want to work towards. And once you get to that thing, then life is really good. So this is what I've been doing for the last 2 years here with Grow with Joe, with doing financial planning and self-development coaching, designing my life in a way that is going to give me control over my life and give me creativity and autonomy, which is everything that I think people should strive for. It requires some work, but yeah, you got to focus on the spoon with the oil in it, not drop it, but also you want to enjoy your surroundings as well. So, Yeah, so if you want a free copy of this book with over 30 more lessons on how to grow yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, just send me a message at info@growwithjoe.me, and I can get you that book, get you the audio book for free, and you can hear those lessons that are going to help you grow physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And that's important because your outer circle success will never surpass your inner circle success. So if you want the outer circle success of your career, your money, and your relationships, you got to work on yourself first with your physical self, your mental self, your spiritual self, physical self, mental self, spiritual self, and emotional self. And this book right here is going to give you a lot of great tips on how to do so. So if you have any questions about like how to better live in the moment, just leave a comment in the section below. And I'll be here tomorrow to give you another lesson. So the goal is to give you 5 lessons a day, 5 lessons a week, so Monday through Friday, just so you can help you make better decisions. So you gain more wisdom, so then you can make better decisions, so you can avoid those bad decisions in life, like living 40 years and realize like, hey, I missed out on a lot of life. You don't want that to happen because you're never going to get that time back again. So hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, if you go with Joe, you can grow with Joe because Joe knows Joe.